Hello, and welcome back to Latinas Unfiltered. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if you're back, thank you for coming back and listening to us. I am Catitudes.
And I'm Y Romero 08, Yoselin.
Yes. All right. I'm so excited for today. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good actually. I'm feeling really good. It's a rainy Tuesday here, but I feel good.
It's raining?
It's raining over here. It's actually relaxing. If you're home, it's relaxing and
Yeah.
Netflix and chill type of night.
I love the rain inside.
Yeah. Outside it's not so good, but inside it's
It's
relaxing.
nice. It's nice
Yeah.
and relaxing.
Yeah, but welcome back to everybody and everyone who is just joining us for the first time. Welcome.
Yes.
So yeah, let's just go ahead in and I saw this weekend, girl. This weekend, I don't know what was going on, but I think you were a whole videographer. I don't know, recording all sorts of tricks and moves. Where were you?
I was at this club called Roscoe's. Sorry, Roscoe's. It's a gay club. And basically they have like go-go dancers and stuff like that. And there was this guy who was shaking his thing in front of us. And we were out because it's my friend's birthday. Well, today's her actual birthday. But
Oh,
we were out for, her birthday weekend and stuff. And he was just there on a podium, just dancing and shaking his thing. And I was like, oh, yes, sis.
oh,
Yes. So I was hyping him up. And then, once the drinks hit and stuff like that, you get a little bold. So I was like,
look, I see
getting
them whole.
every angle. I'm just like, "Look, I'm gonna get everything." And then afterwards, I showed him a bit, and he was like, "Oh my god, yes." Yeah,
Look, you're
that's me.
catching every view. I mean,
Mhm,
all angles, hitting it.
mhm. He kicked me though, but it was alright. I mean, I
Ooh,
made the show must go on, boo.
keep rolling.
Keep rolling, it's okay, it's alright, it's a little scratch. It's fine. But what did you do? I saw that you and Carmen went out to eat to this place, and the food looks
Mm.
so bomb.
Gosh, let me tell you, when we hit the city, usually we don't like to hit the city just because parking. And if we don't want to drive, metro is just a hassle. But we hit the city on Saturday and we went to this spot called Quiqui. It's a Puerto Rican cuisine, like little restaurant in the cut. And I mean, the food was amazing. I got like this shrimp mofongo
Ooh.
and Carmen got, I think pernil con arroz y habichuela, which was
Mm.
so good. We even got like carnita frita, well, carne frita with tostones. We got empanadas, and we were drinking medallas. Like we thought we were back on the island. You know, DC. What we were in Puerto Rico all over again. I mean, the whole vibe in there. Like, if you guys are from the DMV, like I would highly suggest going to that spot. Like that food was just as good as the food over in PR. That's how good it was.
And what's the name of the place?
The name of the place is Kui and like QUI and then again. But you
Yeah.
can also check it out on me and my partner's page. We have this little food page. I mentioned it the first episode.
Yeah.
And it's our page is called Let's Be Honest, We Love to Eat. So definitely check us out and you can catch us like posting other food spots on there
Yes,
too.
and every time we mention some place or anything like that, we're gonna go ahead and list that in the show notes. Just a reminder to everyone, okay?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
And
And
what
I feel like we ate like this whole weekend. We were just fat.
Yes. No, I was like, "Oh, they're eating good. Can, like,
Oh,
they ship some over?"
listen, we went to this brunch spot in Bethesda, Pinstripes. Food was so good, fresh. I love Brussels sprouts. I'm a sucker for Brussels sprouts and omelets, bacon, throw it at me, waffles and whatnot. But I think we started feeling our mimosas a little bit too much because we were like, you know what? Where are we going after this?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
we were itching to be out. Now that we were out, we were like, you know what? Let's stay out. And we hit this spot. Called Champions, and that's I want to say Silver Spring, Wheaton. I don't know, but it's near Casa de Mofongo, and they have like a dembo brunch on Sundays.
Mm.
And we didn't eat there, but we swung by, and it was interesting events that happened when we went in there.
What
Yeah.
happened?
Mm,
But what
You
happened?
know, I'm all about good vibes and good energy. I'm a happy drunk for the most part, or tipsy. When I'm tipsy, I want to have fun. I want to dance, good music, good people. And when we got there, don't get me wrong, DJ was on point. They had DJ Pooty, DJ Bambino, like it was popping. Okay.
Yeah.
And then once we settled in, we got a little Presidente, we got a little shots of Casamigos, and I think that's when things started going a little left. And I don't know if it's me, just me. I don't know if you feel the same or anybody else that's listening. Um, when I go out with my partner, people tend to look at us sometimes, and especially for dancing, or if she gives me a little kiss, a little extra
Mhm.
attention. And I feel like some people can be a little bit disrespectful, like
Ooh.
looking, and I feel like somebody kind of crossed the line. Like, I think they were kind of just trying to sway me to kind of distract me from looking. Maybe it might be me just tripping, but I felt like I was kind of being distracted by these girls and, very beautiful dancing in front of me. I'm all like, okay, go for it. Carmen went to go get me a drink at the bar. I'm like, all right. Girls were looking back at me. I was like, okay. And then once Carmen came back, we all started dancing. But then, like, one kind of got me distracted. And I turn around, I see the girl bent over for Carmen. I'm like, you know what? No, this is where
Oh.
this is where I draw the line.
Ooh.
I don't feel comfortable here. I'm not getting good energy. Like, you clearly saw us two together.
Mm.
And now I don't know. And then like I saw her kind of walk past Carmen, and she kind of like, slid her arm, like her hand across her arm. And I'm like,
Mm.
okay. So luckily we left the spot before it got any messy, but
Yeah.
it was a good time. I think we had a little maybe too much to drink. And it was
Oh,
time for
man.
us to go home.
That's what usually happens, but, like, with those situations, like, I haven't had that situation in a while with Noemi because I feel like she shuts it down before it even happens because it's like,
Mm,
I will say something, but, like, when situations like that happen, you just make sure that you're all over it. This is the best advice somebody gave me one time. They're just like, "Don't even, like, worry about that girl. Worry about your boo. Get on top of your boo, be like, 'Hey, baby.' So and, start dancing on your girl, like, start filling her up or whatever, making her feel good, kinda reminding her, like, 'Hey, forget about her. Don't forget, like, you
I
know,
gotta, I
I'm
gotta do that.
yeah, so it's like that way, it's like, you don't come off as, like, too jealous or whatever, and it's really hard because, like, you really wanna, like, lash out and be like, "No,
And
no."
especially with drinks in you too. Like you
Yeah,
just
that's hard.
like the other side wants to come out, and
Mhm.
I'm very like known, like not known, but like I make it very obvious that yes, I am very
Just
protective. I'm very slightly possessive and a little jealous.
it's the
And it's and the feelings mutual goes both ways for the both of us.
yeah,
But yeah, I definitely got to work on that. But I think we actually handled it pretty
that's
good. It could have gone completely left. But we were just like, whoa. But I would give it to my partner. She definitely like did not feed into it.
that's good.
She was just definitely like, no, like didn't even pay no mind to the girl, no nothing. So I'll give her that. She was giving me a lot of attention that night. So I mean, it was a good time. Regardless, it was a good time. We're gonna have to maybe man slide through again, maybe
Oh,
because
man,
the
just make sure
music.
that those girls are not there, you know? Like, scope it out, be like, "Look, are you here?"
I
'Cause
know, even if I scope it on, I'm like, no, we're gonna sit on the other side. Other
yeah,
side.
we're over there because we're not trying to deal with that, and, like, a lot of girls are pretty sneaky, so they try to sneak up on you or, like, I don't know, it's just, like, really weird energy with some girls sometimes, and once I sense that, like, I let it be known to my partner at least, it's like, "Hey, like, I don't feel okay right now. Can we, like, go somewhere else or, like, just move away?" And glad that she's understanding because sometimes I've been in relationships where it's just like they don't get it, you know? It's just like
Yeah.
I voice my opinion, I say what I feel and whatnot, and it just goes like nowhere. Like it's just whatever. I don't care what you're thinking or what you're feeling. And it's great to have like a partner that actually like understands where you're coming from or like hears you out and is like, "Hey, okay, I don't want you to be uncomfortable and I don't want you to pop off or anything."
Oh, that's
'Cause
so true.
once it
That's
gets to that point, it gets ugly, and we're not trying to deal with ugly because we're too
no.
grown. Mhm.
Exactly, exactly. And, someone did tell me, like, like, when we go out in public, there's gonna be people who gonna wanna, like, pop that bubble. There's gonna be people who gonna wanna get into that energy and might not even be good energy, so
Yeah.
I have to learn how to keep like, before we go out, we gotta be on the same page and just be in our bubble and just be like, "We're not gonna let no one penetrate this right here," you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and that's the thing that I kinda struggle with though, because, like, yeah. N I get pushed like, real easily, so, yeah. But I think I'm doing better. I feel like it's just, "Hey, I'm uncomfortable and that's it." Like, can we move ourselves away from the situation because
Yes.
I just don't wanna deal with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how have you handled it, like, in the past?
For
Like,
what?
as far as, like, apart from, like, Carmen, like, any exes that you felt like they didn't understand you or, like, they felt like it was just difficult to
Oh,
communicate with them?
man, it was just, like, shutdown mode. I was always shutdown mode, and I didn't like it. I think the way I am now in this relationship is different. I mean, I'm still healing in this, and trying to better myself as a person and not bring
Yeah,
like my old ways into this current relationship.
yeah, that's
But
mhm,
yeah, but I would definitely go on shutdown mode. I used to be so jealous. Like, I used to have like this like lump in my throat, and just like it was such
mhm,
a ugly feeling. And sometimes I catch myself doing that, but my partner has never given me a reason to think otherwise. So I
okay.
have to kind of like slowly remind myself that and not bring myself into that negative space again.
Yeah, that's really, really good.
How do
So,
you
like
do it? Like in
so in the past, it was difficult, but now it's, like, much easier. I've actually there was a situation where I felt completely uncomfortable because and this was, like, with her friends, like, I felt really uncomfortable, to be completely honest. Like, so that ex, she was friends with her ex, right? So they were, like,
Mm.
still friends. Mhm. So
Okay.
my
Mhm.
ex was still friends with their ex at the time while we were, like, dating and everything. Um and, there were, like, certain comments that she would, like, say and stuff like that, like, she would come off, like, playful about it and stuff like that, but it was just like, "Girl, I don't know you like that, first of all."
Mm.
Yeah, so, like, and there was, like, situations where, like, we would go to the club there were like, literally, while we were at a club, I turned around and she literally has her ex, like, dancing up on her, and I was like, "Excuse me?
No.
You just, like okay, I don't know this girl like that, and you're, like, crossing the line here."
Yeah,
Like,
but you can't be completely, like, mad at just the ex. It's, I mean, at your ex's ex, right? It was also your ex's fault too at that
it
time.
was
It's both.
both, it was both.
Yeah.
To me, it was both because it's like, I'm, like, new to this one girl that I had just met, like, maybe, like, 2 weeks ago, maybe, before that happened well, after that happened. No, before that happened, sorry. And so, like, yeah, I was and then like, inside of the club, I voiced, like, how I felt about it, and I was just like, "Look, I really don't rock with that, and that makes me feel uncomfortable." She got real upset to the point that she put her hands on me.
Oh,
So
no.
yeah. So it was, like, really difficult for me to even, like, voice how I felt. Like, I got to the point where it's just like, "I'm just gonna go home because I'm not trying to deal with this," and, like, just do you, basically, and I was trying to Uber myself, and she kinda, like, just pushes me in a corner, and, she's literally choking me out, and I'm not doing anything, I'm just like, "Yo," like
No,
so it was
that's
just like yeah, it was too much, so that was, like, really toxic, so I couldn't handle that. If I tried, it would just get worse, you
yeah.
know? If I try to say like, "Hey, I don't like this," or whatever, it would just get 10 times worse every time. They
Oh,
tried to manipulate it, gaslight me. It
mm,
was really, really bad. So, um, yeah, it's just like sometimes like so I'm okay with like exes coming into the picture, but once I feel disrespected and I tell my partner, "Hey, I feel disrespected," and they don't respect how I feel, that's when I have a problem.
wow. Yeah, I
Oh,
think I completely agree with that. I think it's to a certain extent, I can understand the whole ex maybe being in the picture, um, and, like, being friends. When I tell my partner, like, "Hey, I don't feel comfortable about something," I would expect my partner to respect that. Like, even though you don't understand it completely, but understand that it's my feelings and my feelings are valid. And I
Yeah.
feel like, I make that very known, like, my feelings are valid just as much as yours. Because
Mhm.
if you would feel uncomfortable about something, I will completely respect that. I would do anything I can to make sure that you feel secured, that you feel comfortable about whatever situation that we're in or that I'm in, and you just not feeling it, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, because you wouldn't put your partner in that situation to begin with. So it's like, "Hey, I wouldn't do that to you, so why are you doing it to me?" You know? But some people are just pretty messed up and they don't get it. But, I mean,
Just
it
like,
is what
"I
it
haven't
is.
done nothing." They're like, "Well, I haven't done anything. I haven't done nothing." And it's no, but I'm telling you, I don't feel okay with it. I don't care how long, or I don't care if y'all shouldn't have dated. I don't care if y'all should have just stayed friends. It
Mhm.
happened. There's history, and I don't feel okay with it. For me,
Yeah,
ex is an ex. Like, ex who? Who? Like, I know. You're nothing. You're my past, and I want to keep my past in the past, you know?
yeah. Well, so do you feel like you would ever feel comfortable enough to have, like, let's for example, like, your partner would have, like, an ex around, and do you ever feel like you'll feel comfortable enough to have that person around and be okay with even leaving them alone?
I'm slowly getting there,
You're slowly getting there?
but I think that's my own insecurities, and I need to feel secured within myself. Uh,
Yeah,
Again, I feel like my partner hasn't done anything to make me question her, but it's just that thought in the back of my head, like,
it's just there.
things still happen regardless. Like, it just doesn't make me feel okay. There
Yeah,
should, I don't know. I see things differently, and others see it otherwise. But I mean, I feel like in my situation, there hasn't been any sort of disrespect. So
yeah,
it's just something about me and my own self that I have to just kind of get over and just be okay with it eventually. I mean,
yeah, yeah. I feel like when I first met Noemi, I was, like, okay with it. I was just like, "Okay, they have, like, a long history and whatnot." But there was, like, several times where it was just like, she was testing me. That's the thing.
yeah,
So,
no, you can't. I was gonna ask you, so like, what's like crossing the line for you then?
just taking it too far. Like, knowing
What's too
like,
far though?
so there's a boundary, there's always a boundary, and, it always comes down to respect, Like, I'm just gonna use this case as an example. Like, I really tried to be friends with this girl, like, try to be, like, cordial and everything about just, like, having her around and, like, they have a long history together, and, it's obvious that they're just friends, at least on Noemi's part, It was obvious that it was just strictly friends. That is it, nothing more, nothing less, like, that's it. And, for this girl, like, she was just, when Noemi wasn't around, she would try to, like, poke me and say, "Did you know that we dated?" And that's when it became, like, an issue. And I'm
Mm,
just like, "I already know this, so why do you keep bringing it up? Why are you doing this?" Like,
mm,
what's is there what's your intention, Like,
yeah.
what are you trying to accomplish, like, with poking me every time that I'm around you?
So wait, so you would tell her yes, and then what? Like, she'll just
Yeah.
keep mentioning it again after that, or she'll say like little slick things after?
It took her 2 times. So the first time, I was a little buzzed and whatnot, like, I was tipsy, I think, and I was just like, maybe I heard something, whatever." But then the next time that I was around her, she asked me again, and that time I was, like, sober. And I
Mm,
was like, "Yeah, and why do you keep bringing it up?" And at that time, we were surrounded by her friends, like, that girl's friends, like, specific close friends, and they were like, "You need to stop." Like, not to me, but to her, they were like, "You need to stop. Clearly, she doesn't have an issue with you guys being friends. Is it an issue with you?"
hmm.
So, like, honestly, for me, I was just like, "You got you got something going on." And then I had to express it to Noemi, and I was like, "Look, I can't be around her. And if you're gonna be friends with her, like, don't even mention it to me." But there was, like, several occasions where she would call, and she wouldn't tell me about it, and I'm like, "Okay, now I'm having an issue." Because
Ah,
she has something hidden, and now that's crossing the line for me,
yeah.
you
But
know?
would, like, no, I mean, like, would she be like, "Oh, it's nothing. I deleted it because I didn't want you to know. Like, I
No,
didn't want you to get mad."
she didn't delete anything or anything like
Oh,
that. Yeah, so it was just like, a quick glance and I see the name and I'm just like, "Why the hell is she calling me?"
Oh, she just
And the
wouldn't tell you. Oh,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
yeah, but in part, that was, like, my fault because I said, "Don't tell me about it." You know? But, like, I would be in the car and, like, obviously her phone is, like, connected to, like, Bluetooth, and then, like, her name would pop up, and I'm just like, "What does she want?" Like, she
Like,
needs to
I don't
go
wanna know,
somewhere.
but I wanna know.
Yeah, so but then it just, like, became a problem because it was just, like, I don't know, like, I don't know if this girl has hidden intentions. I just don't think that she's, like, being honest or whatever, so I was just like, "You can be friends with her, whatever," but, at this point, like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I didn't know what to say, I didn't know what to do, to be completely honest, at that
Mhm.
moment. And then afterwards, like, I don't know what happened. They just stopped talking completely. I don't know how they stopped talking, but I didn't push it on Noemi to, like, stop talking to this girl. It was just like, I don't like it, and that's that.
Hmm.
And, obviously, like, my displeased face would come on and be when I would see the name and I'd be like, you know, like, kinda just like, whatever. And this was, like, kind of fresh into, like, our relationship, so I felt like I couldn't really say much, so now, obviously, I do say stuff. And,
Yeah.
like, now if we have that situation, we don't, there's just one situation specifically, but I can't speak on it because it has to do with, like, work. So
Oh,
I
okay,
can't
yeah.
speak on it. Um,
I don't know who's watching. It's like, no, please stop, no.
I
Just
don't know,
respect
is
for
our
you
company
guys, I
watching right
get it.
now? Is our company watching? But, like, yeah, it's like, you know yeah, I don't know, it's just, like, a little too much sometimes, like, just knowing that she's in the same space with somebody. Um, Clearly, like, anyone who knows, no, they know that she just whatever, like, that's in the past, I don't care, moving on, you know? That's just how she is, and that's how she carries herself. And then for me, it's just, like, lingering
Sitting
behind.
right here in the
Yeah,
front.
but then, like, now I'm just like, I should really, like, just put down my guard and learn to trust this person because
Yeah.
clearly, like, she's from the moment that this one girl just popped up, she was like, "Hey, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you know what's up, da da da. This is what's going on." Um, and yeah, she let me know. And if another situation popped up between this person, she would go ahead and tell me she was being completely honest. So those are the little things that I appreciate. And
Yeah,
so, like,
'cause
obviously, I get
it wasn't
annoyed hearing her
obligated.
name.
It
Sorry?
wasn't obligated for her to tell you that, so
Exactly, exactly. She didn't have to tell me, and then I could have easily walked in and seen her or whatever, and so I don't know. So, that situation, like, now I could, like, I don't know, I feel like I'm handling it way better from when I first heard about it, and then, so it just takes time. It really does take time, and, your partner also has to do their part in, like, letting you know and, like, reassuring you,
yes.
just like, "Hey, like, this is what's going on, and I love you, I care about you, nothing's ever gonna happen," or whatever, just reassurance, reassurance it plays a big part
Mhm.
in our relationships. That's a major thing. For me,
Yeah,
that's respect, reassurance.
I need that reassurance, like, come on, keep
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. And then, also, like, being happy with yourself as well, that's another thing, because anyone can reassure you, but accepting what they're saying,
You gotta love yourself.
yeah,
Gotta
that's
love yourself first.
yeah, and then once you do love yourself and everything, you will you'll openly accept those compliments, that loving reassurance. And it's like once we get to that point, it's like really beautiful. But every day is a struggle, like we're battling with ourselves, the little demons in our head. But
Yes.
we'll all get there at one point.
That's, like, my goal. I feel like this year I'm, like, definitely I'm working more on that, like, on self-love and, appreciating myself and putting myself first.
Yeah.
Um, but luckily, Carmen, she reassures me,
Yeah.
like, reassures me to a certain extent because sometimes she can be, like, nonchalant about things and be like, "Damn, you still worried about this? Like, I told you ain't got nothing to worry about. You
Mhm,
know this?" But it's like, that's not good enough for me, like, I need a little bit more, so
mhm.
yeah, we're we're getting better, and I'm getting better, and I'm learning to just kind of fall back and just kind of accept things and just see. how things kind of play out. Luckily, with her ex, like, nothing has been disrespectful or anything. I mean, there are other exes that I believe still call her blocked,
Ooh,
but yeah, but Carmen still tells me that, she'll still tell me that, such and such, oh, I had a block number call me, and I kind of have an idea who it is. But as far as like her other ex, I'm slowly getting better. I was feeling some type of way in the beginning, like in your situation. Carmen told me from the get-go, and she didn't have to tell me, and
yeah.
she told me, and she wanted it to be known. And I still felt, I mean, at first I'm going to be like, oh, I don't care, because at first it was just like kind of just talking. We weren't taking each other serious. We were like, man, we're not looking for nothing serious. And
Mhm.
it
Yeah.
got there, and when it did, it made me feel some type of way. And she ended up getting a message from her,
Mhm.
and I saw something in there that I didn't want to see. And I was like, I was so pissed when I saw it, like
Mm,
completely inappropriate. Um, but Carmen kind of like belittled it a little bit, like, oh, it wasn't even like that. I'm like, oh no, it was like that,
yeah.
and I actually talked to that person, and she kind of told me like, oh, it's nothing you have to worry about, it's, I didn't even know. And I'm like, okay. And I just still kind of kept in the back of my head, and like it always bothered me. I just keep thinking about that, but I know I have to move on. And I know this person is, living her own life and doing her own thing. But when I do see it sometimes kind of pop up, it kind of just gives me a little tickle in my throat. And I'm just like, a
Yeah.
little tickle. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm doing way better though. Way better.
Mhm. Yeah. No, see, I think you mentioned that to me, and, like, as soon as, like, you said that, I was like,
Mm,
"Carmen, girl, you better get that. You better handle that situation, girl."
yes. But in her eyes, it was like, it was not like, it's nothing. It's just, I'm like, but I don't see it like that. Like, how would you feel if I got something like that, and you saw it, and you would be pissed, you know? So
Yeah. That's when, like, a double standard what comes in.
yeah,
That's when
like,
the double standard comes in
think
because
about it if the tables were turned. And that's how I always think about situations, always. And she hates it when I say, I'll be like, how would you like if I did it? She'll be like, oh, how you gonna say that? It's different though. I'm like, okay,
no,
it's different.
no, it's not different. It's
It's not.
it's not different. Because if you're gonna sit there, you don't want somebody to do something, but it's okay for you to do it, and then when they have a problem with it, it's an issue. So, no, it's not okay.
Yeah. But
It's
we've come a long way. We have come a long way, and we are just in the right path. And we want to keep it there.
yeah, so it's gonna take time. Like, you're learning your partner and everything, so it's like, it takes time, especially dealing with those situations, like, okay, how can I? Because like, everyone, retains information, like, differently, you know? Like, so it's like, okay, how can I, like, tell my partner how I feel without them, like, flipping it,
Yes.
you know? So it's just like, it's a good way, a strategy, like, to handle this, you know? So she understands, or like he understands, and it's just like we're both on the same page and we can go ahead and move forward, move past this. Like, how can we do this? And but it just takes time. You have to learn your partner, you have to learn their love language, what's gonna make them tick, if what words make them tick, especially knowing their past, that plays a major role as well. That's why, like, I really wanted to know, like, Noemi's past relationships. I'm like, how were they? What kind of girls were they, you know? But she never cared to talk about it, and then for me, I was, like, completely open about my past relationships. I'm like, "Look, so not to excuse anything that I do or whatever, but it's like, this is why I'm reacting the way that I am because of A, B, and C, and
Yeah,
I'm learning to get past that and everything because it's, like, it takes time. Healing takes time."
it
Um,
does.
yeah. So I have a pretty interesting question for you.
Go for it. Shoot it.
Would you ever feel comfortable with your partner's ex showing up to your wedding?
Absolutely not.
Oh,
They weren't in the way I see it is like you friends with her, but this is a celebration for us too. This
Mm,
is a celebration for people who has supported us in our relationship, who has been there through the ups and downs. That's who I want at my wedding. People who have supported me and her. If that ever happens. I don't know. I don't know. But that's just how I feel. I'm not okay with it. Absolutely.
yeah.
And then like, yeah, no, no.
I
It's just,
I absolutely agree with you. Like, I think but the thing is I'm okay with it as long as that person has shown me that, they can be friends with both of us, not just with my partner, you know?
okay.
Yeah, because, like, like, there's some girls, like, I'm that girl, I'm that ex that is like, what happened between us, but I am always going to respect you, you know?
Yeah.
So, if someone is like me in that sense, that's like, you know, "Hey, just like me, like, I'm that person that if I'm walking into a relationship and, they're still friend well, how would it play? I'm just that ex that I'll be friends with your current girlfriend. I'll probably be more friends with her than you would, to be honest. I'm just that person. I'm gonna show that girl love, and I'm gonna show her care that she can confide in me and stuff like that because I know what it's like to be that girl, basically that new face into a relationship and then just feel like, okay, this girl, she doesn't care about me, but she cares a lot about, that person that I'm with right now. And like they pay way too much attention and they don't care enough to respect me that I'm in this relationship with this person. Although what they had was in the past, but come on, come on.
No, I think me and you might
You
be
have
different with that. Mine's yo, X is X. Bye. You guys to go.
Yeah, 'cause I don't know. I've been, I like this is the first time that I've had issues with somebody's ex, to be completely honest. Like, actually the second time. But, over time, like that one girl in the past, like we became friends and everything. I no longer talk to her or anything like that. Um, but that's like a whole different story. But while I was, dating this person, like her and I, we became pretty close. So it was like it was fine, like it was good. I got over it and I moved past it and I was like, okay. And then with like Noemi, like I feel like these girls, like I'm like, bro, what is their problem? They're way too grown to be acting like that.
Mm,
Way too grown to be acting like that. And that's what bothers me.
yeah.
I'm just like, you guys keep pushing my buttons and it's not cute.
Yo, hold on. Are you looking at these comments right here?
Girl. And Simone said, kindness always
No,
wins." Yes, it does.
you're right. Kindness does win. Now, don't get
Yeah.
me wrong. I'm not like
Girl.
like yeah, like girl, like I'm about to fight you. It's just like, ugh, it just hits me sometimes to the core. I'm always still, regardless, respect that person.
Yeah.
Minus one. There's one that I don't, but um, that's besides the point.
Yeah.
And then look, and then Carmen says she gonna make her own list. The audacity.
Oh, we're gonna have her and Nono on here, and they're gonna be talking.
The audacity. This is why I say, like, for her, it's okay. Like anything's okay because it's Carmen. It's just it's
Yeah.
her.
I don't know what is up with it. Is it like a dominant female type of thing that I don't know, they just think a little different?
What she
I don't know. I
she
don't
don't
know.
know
What is
about
it?
my peoples. What? Listen, if the
But
day comes that we ever have a wedding, if it ever comes, it's gonna be a mutual agreement. And again, it's a celebration of us, not just
yeah,
you. You want a party for you,
exactly.
babe? You can do your own party, okay?
Mhm.
But I'm still gonna be there.
I agree with you in that part because, like, like, honestly, this is the first time I've ever even thought about a wedding. Um, like, before in the past, yes, I was engaged, but that was a fluke. Like, that was pretty lame. And I didn't want to be in that situation because I was like, bro, we're young and you're still trying to get it together. I'm still trying to get it together. It's just not gonna work, boo. So
Yeah,
then now with like Noemi, I'm just like, okay, I'm really thinking about like, life, life
yeah.
together. So it's like, Noemi wants this big lavish wedding or whatever. And I'm just like, we can have a wedding in the forest.
In the forest, though.
But like, and then we were like listing people who would be there and stuff like that. We actually made a list of people who would be there. And then she mentioned someone, but she didn't know that I had a certain, like, I wouldn't say like a relationship, but like I was friends with them at one point, but then it just got pretty ugly or whatever. And I was just like, no, because she's connected to this person and that person. I'm so sorry, but I do not want that toxicity around me because it's just like, it's just not for me. Um, she made my life a little like a little bit of hell for a bit. But, yeah, like, I want to have people that are going to be there, like, I've even, like, thought about family members that I want to exclude, so I completely get you on that.
And just
Like,
like that, you want people who support you.
honestly, it came down to, like, my parents, only my parents. That is it. And then, like, as far as, like, aunts, uncles, like, it's just, like, who is gonna be okay with me being myself, you know?
Yeah,
Especially getting married to a woman
yeah,
and being a woman myself. So, whoever can get past that and just like be happy for me and be happy for the both of us, that's a unity. And like, we need to have people that love us. Okay.
yes, yes. That's what I want. Absolutely.
Love and kindness always win
Yeah.
all the time.
Um, I want to give a quick shout out to the late night tip. They just
Yeah.
slid through real quick and they said they were sending us some love. So sending it right back to you guys.
Oh, thank you.
Friday nights, like other Friday. So not this one, but next Friday at 8. They're usually live on Instagram. So check them out.
Ooh.
Got some
Okay.
good little
I'm
chat.
gonna check them out because I was like, who's the late night tip? I was thinking late night jiggy, but
No, not late night jiggy.
not late night jiggy. That's dope. I love to listen, like, to different podcasts and, like, other people, like, just talking about things.
Yeah.
Because I'm the person I like to pick people's brains. I'm like, "What's going on up here?" So, I
Yep.
know we were talking about that earlier. But yeah.
Yes, yes, we did.
I went into a deep hole about it. But yeah. So, like, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up today.
Yep.
Thank you guys for like being on here with us and like being so patient with us. Like, we're just starting off, This is like what, our third episode?
Third episode,
We're
yes.
just getting started. So, we're still trying to learn things and whatnot. Our last episode, it actually ran like up an hour. We're so sorry about that.
Yeah, sorry.
But it's perfectly fine. And for just to like end the show, I just want to go ahead and shout out the brown bag lady. If you guys would love to go ahead and follow her, she's doing something amazing for the community. So she raises money. You guys can send her stuff. She's here in LA. She goes down on like Skid Row and she feeds the homeless there. So
Oh,
she's doing a lot for the community. She has a sponsorship with Vans, and she's been on the Ellen show recently. So she's really doing the damn thing. She's been doing this for like maybe I don't want to say 10, but maybe 10 plus years, or maybe I'm wrong. Can't remember how many years she's been doing it for, but like honestly, what she's doing for the community is freaking amazing. I'm
awesome.
gonna go ahead and list her down in the show notes, and then I'll also list Quiqui.
Yes, quickly, but you can also see it on our IG page. Let's be honest, underscore, we love to eat.
Yes, and I'm gonna have your Instagram in the show notes as well, so then people can go ahead and click on that. And,
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us today, and we will see you guys next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday at o'clock. Thank you
Bye.
guys. Bye.